Draculas. Winkee. It's the fate of a very small thing. Draculas. Winkee.
Dracula's Winkee.
Episode 5, American Cuisine, now with regret.
It was Friedrich Nietzsche who said facts are like really rigid truths. And it was Jack Nicholson who said, you can't handle the truth. For Dracula, the Lord of the Undead, the ugly truth was in order for a man to achieve an erection, he must first have blood flow. That was something a vampire did not have. Blood was food. It was for energy and maintaining a life force. Anything else was a cruel tease. But while Dracula may have given up on himself, his best friend Juan, the talking armadillo, did not.
You may have given up on yourself, but I do not.
So I've heard. But the fact is that my time as the world's most seductive lover is long gone. Oh, when I was a young vampire, every day was a happy penis day. But as the centuries have flown by, I've had to severely cut my intake of crimson nourishment. My victims have polluted their blood with drive-through meals and Zima. The first to pay the price was my once mighty Winkee.
Dracula wept. It was enough to make Juan pause their Degrassi DVD.
To quote the power group Asia, don't cry. I still think the problem is you've grown bored with the girls around here. You've been slamming your flaccid junk against the same type of woman for too long.
To make matters worse, I'm always room temperature. I used to get past that because of my hypnotic charm, but now I'm just tiny, old, and cold.
Intercourse for Dracula had gone the way of malt shops, typewriters, and face-to-face communication. His frustration was thicker than ego on a Donald Trump Oprah Winfrey sandwich.
I'm really rich.
Look, I'm telling you, America is the answer. You wouldn't believe the variety of women there. Every flavor you can imagine. And according to the commercials, the blacks, whites, Asians, and Hispanics all hang out together because America doesn't see race. So you can mix and match easy. Hey, I've heard we have an American in town, a college student. At the very least, you should pay her a visit. See what's up for yourself.
Is that a dick joke?
Dude, this is a highly respected podcast. We don't go for cheap laughs here.
Vagina. Diggy booby penis vagina.
The American girl knew it was a mistake to leave her bedroom window open after dark. There was a sudden silence as all noise stopped. The crickets, the wind chimes, the ping of her Facebook notifications. It made her feel uneasy, which was indeed strange. There was ever one word to describe her. It was easy. Her partially blue eyes spied the stranger as he glided in from the shadows. Without hesitation, he unbuttoned his already partially unbuttoned frilly girly shirt to show off his chiseled alabaster tan body. Although there was no wind, it blew through his long dark hair. It made her hot, and she was willing to admit it.
I'll admit, you're making me hot. You're like a very dangerous stranger whom I want to give my body to without question. Geez, I hope you're not in debt or something.
The Prince of Darkness pointed a finger at her. She swooned like a schoolgirl because it would be all paranormal and no romance if she didn't.
I am Dracula, and your blood belongs to me.
She stared into his dark eyes like Paris Hilton at Fermat's last theorem.
Well, as long as it doesn't hurt.
They kissed deeply as his hand caressed her fashion model flat chest nub.
Try the other boob. I can only afford one breast implant, but Christmas is coming.
You said coming. Insert joke here.
Okay, but let me take my underwear off first.
He stole another hungry kiss. She felt her knees give out.
Wow, you kiss better than a waffle iron. I don't know if you're into this kind of thing, but sometimes I like when guys give me hickeys on my neck. You want to try that?
If there was a camera nearby, Dracula would have deadpanned into it. He sank his fangs into her jugular vein, and her life liquid exploded into his mouth in one gooey burst. She grabbed her neck.
Owie! I think you pinched a nerve or something. Hey, you have something red on your chin there. Geez, I could have told you I'm a bleeder. That's why I had to switch from being a cutter to licking wall sockets. All the kids are doing that now anyway. Cutting is so 2002. Oh, poopies, now I'm feeling kind of dizzy. I mean, more than just from being blonde. Blonde is like the yellow hair, right? That's the kind I have. Oops, Control-Alt-Delete.
I grow tired of this encounter. My hunger has turned into more of a sexual nature. Let us spelunk the furry fisher.
His mental powers grabbed the girl's brain. There was no roadblock, not even a speed bump. Her vanishing willpower held on long enough to snap a selfie.
That tickles. Hey, am I the only one hearing an echo?
Dracula mentally pushed her to the floor and made her legs fly open. Her nightgown valiantly lifted up, and her underwear ripped off her hips. She gasped.
Oh, excusez-moi. Looks like no more Taco Bell for me.
I did that, woman child, not you. For my power is limitless.
He gazed at her nude nakedness. Morning was just on the other side of the horizon. Minutes were disappearing like job opportunities for David Hasselhoff. Dracula knew if he was going to plunge his flesh gherkin into her lady luge, it would have to be now. He pulled down his pants and stood proudly before her. She gasped again.
Well, say hello to my little friend. Seriously, though, Mr. Dark Prince fellow, size doesn't matter to me. I'm a big fan of motion of the ocean and all that. Some girls only want to be bludgeoned with a 50-pound Abe Froman sausage, but I'm fine with being jabbed with a toothpick. You just have to do it like a million times real fast. You know, the toothpick thing, it could be an issue of blood flow, you know? By toothpick, I mean your penis. I'm just saying, toothpicks are thin and tiny, too.
Silence!
His voice echoed through the large chamber, and we're not talking about the room. There was once a day when he could have overwhelmed this trollop with his uvula hammer, but now it would be like riding a moped into the Grand Canyon. The night ran out of options. The vampire's eyes turned hellfire red with rage. The girl scurried across the floor backwards, knowing her fate.
But I'm Team Edward.
He snatched her off the floor and with lightning speed sank his fangs deep into her neck again. But all he tasted was corn syrup and regret. He hurled her out the window. She was able to take 2 more selfies before she hit the ground. She was not the one. Not the one to kickstart his crippled mini-me. Not the one to fill his empty black heart with love. Not the one to share coupons with at Denny's. He should have known. The writer hadn't even given her a name. It was yet another completely wasted evening. Dracula could only sigh. Disappointment was his body wash. He looked up at his exhausted face in the mirror, but realized he didn't cast a reflection. Damn, some brothers just can't catch a break.
Draculas. Winkee.
Next time on Dracula's Winkee.
Can Dracula outrun the sunrise? Or does death come at hands of vampire hunter Carlos de Carlos? Brought to you by the dating game, Devil Monkey Edition. 2 handsome bachelors and 1 rabid hellbeast.
My spleen!
Because what's romance without a little danger? Devil
Monkey!